show you another one here too. Uh, I use this the midday draws or the pick three draws. I use for my 536 game instead of the lotto. The lotto I use the P4 for the P4 games. I just converted all the files in the P3 for the front three Lexis and the back three Lexis. Um, but I'll do the steps. I'll open them up. I always move them off to the side. I'll try to leave them on the screen here so you can get an idea of what I'm doing. And then I'll just use the SC tool. In my pick three lotto, the very first position is always a one, as you can see in the steps program. If I was to learn the flip two program, oops, I don't want to be that. I want to be in this one. You can see where the very first one never changes. So if you was to look at the steps in the first position, it is a two every once in a while, and that's if the first digit basically is going to be a three. Uh, but it doesn't happen often enough for me to worry about that. So I will leave the first position wild in each position. So this is kind of an after the fact kind of type of run, but even if I was to, this was last night's draw, so even if I was to have made them decisions, uh, you can see here where the draw before was a one, and I had a change there, so I was right. The next one, we've had a crap load of ones in a row, and if you look, that's unusual. So for that many in a row, so I wasn't real sure about that one, so I ran it wild, and I run the first one wild instead of trying to make a decision whether it's going to be a one, two, or a three. It's just easier for me just to go ahead, the second one or the last one, the first position. You just never know which one it's going to be. So my second decision I had as the same. I missed that, and then I also missed the next one as a change. This one here should have been a same, and that one should have been a same. So that's one reason I was off so bad on my last game. But if we do a quick setup here, let's change these to all the same, and then erase that set that it generated, and wheel these with this one all being the same. We can wheel these, and that gives you 9 sets. Last night was 031, so if we view them, you can see where the 031 was there. Now, with that being said, you uh, whenever I was in my lot soft program, I was doing all three of the front digits as hot. So the seven, I don't believe, was in the see my front three Lexi, hot and cold. If I yeah, it showed all hots, but seven is the coldest number over there. So when I do that, I can eliminate that number right there. I can eliminate that number right there, and all these because the seven didn't play. So there, it only left me with four numbers to play in my. Uh, so if I was to save that, exit out of here, and then reload that, it should show just them four numbers. I don't know why it does that, but it's basically don't worry about the point, blah blah blah. It's four numbers. It saved it, but it for some reason the program freaks out a little bit. But anyway, that's one way to do the front three. Go over here to the back three, exit out of that one. Basically, do the same thing. Do the steps, exit, and then my tools. And then I'll look at my steps. You can see here, I run the first one wild every time. So, and my setup was wrong here too. I figured the one would come back to back. You can see where the one, a lot of times we'll have, two in a row that has hit. Uh, but of course it's the lotto, so it don't always happen. But I missed the first one or the second one. I hit the third one. Uh, I missed both of them in the second position. In the third position, no, wait a minute, yeah, third position, I hit the first one and I missed the second one. But again, even if we make all these S's, so we can do the same, erase them 12 sets and wheel these, that gives us 12 sets. So again, we can view them. The 668 uh, was the winner. So, and then as far as the hot and colds, I'm not real sure. I don't remember what it was. Go over here, look at what it was. It was a cold, cold, hot. So, where's them sets that I was just looking at? So if I go over here and look at my cold, cold, hot, all these twos wouldn't have, if I'd have made, of course I made that decision, but so automatically them there would be deleted. So the six would have been right. The next set was also a cold. So again, the two is considered a hot number. So I would have eliminated them sets. So now basically I'm left with them three. Uh, 048. Obviously I could have deleted that one right there as a hot set because it was cold, cold, hot. And that was if that was the decision I made after wheeling the numbers in my, program here, I could have basically been left with two sets. So in the front, what I have four sets. So four twos are eight numbers to play for the lotto. So that's another way to do it too by using the Lot Soft program, running your hot and colds, and basic you can filter that down to uh, whatever it was. What I don't even remember now what I had. So if I'd have ran what was it 12 sets to begin with, uh, oops, I didn't want that. I wanted this. So even if I erase them sets and then will them again, so it had nine sets. Oh, I'm in the front. That's not what I wanted. Try to make a short video here, so uh, what I have 12 sets. So I went from 12 sets down to two sets, uh, and four sets in the front. So two times four is eight tickets. So you could have had eight tickets, and you can generate that a little bit higher if you want, and then use your digit master to filter them down. If you generated more than eight, I wouldn't have a problem buying eight tickets, but that's just another way to do it. That way you can change these. Um, because there's only four different possibilities. So four eighths are 32. So you could change. I say four eighths are 32. Four eighths are 32. 32 times three sets, which what is 96. So 96 sets, and you're gonna maintain the jackpot using this program right here. So this is another good one to use. Whenever I generate these sets, I try to look at the ones that my flip program made. Whenever I generate them sets, I will look at them and then compare them to see which ones I like. Anyway, this is another good program that works right along with LotSoft, generating your hot and cold picks. You can see how quick and easy that was. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video. Just I wanted to share that with you real quick too. So with that being said, uh, that is another real good way to minimize your line set.